Alright, so hello everyone. I'm gonna go ahead and do a problem, and I was doing this problem, but unfortunately, I messed up. So this is exactly why. Um, you have to be very careful with these because I made a mistake. This was supposed to be plus y, but let's go ahead and just erase this and start over. So the reason why I want to start over is because, like I said, I want to show you guys the process of how to do this, because these are pretty tedious, and like I said, even I make mistakes. You have to be very careful with these because they're extremely tedious. So obviously we have a systems of three equations here, right? We have 4x minus 2y plus 3z equals 1, x plus 3y minus 4z equals negative 7, 3x plus y plus 2z equals 5. And I'm doing this video because, the last video that I did was a little bit, for that problem, it was a little bit too easy. So just know that for that video, it's not all the systems of equations are going to be like that. And by the way, this is going to be for elimination. So basically it's the same idea. We're going to want to eliminate one of our variables. I'm going to choose x to eliminate. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab equations 1 and 2. So I'm going to do for x minus 2y plus 3z equals 1, and x plus 3y minus 4z equals negative 7, right? So the idea here is that we want to eliminate our x term. We want to make it so that the 4x and x cancel out. Now, the way that you do this is, if I want to eliminate my 4x, I need to make it so that my x term is negative 4x. So the way that I'm going to do that is I'm literally going to multiply by negative 4. So that gives me 4x. For the top one, we still have 4x minus 2y plus 3z equals 1. So it's still the same for the top one. The bottom one is going to be negative 4x minus 12y plus 16z equals 28. Okay. So as you can see, the 4x cancels out. For the negative 2y, so we have negative 2y minus 12y, that's negative 14y. 16z plus 3z is 19z, right? 28 plus 1 is just 29, okay? So between these two equations, we came up with this, and I'm going to name this new equation 1, okay? So, yeah, so what our goal here is, we want to make it so that it's a systems of two equations. Now, I'm going to grab equations 1 and 3, so I'm going to put 4x minus 2y plus 3z equals 1, and 3x plus y plus 2z equals 5, right? So, here we basically have, we're eliminating our x variable. Now, notice that we have a 4 and a 3, so you're going to do the least common multiple. I believe that's what it's called. You're going to do 4, 8, 12, and here we have 3, 6, 9, 12. So that's the common multiple. So that means that we have to make it so that they're opposites of each other, so we have to make it equal. One of them is going to be 12, the other one's going to be negative 12x, right? Because, so basically what's going to happen is I'm going to go ahead and multiply this by negative 3. And if I multiply one side by negative 3, the other side also becomes multiplied by negative 3. And then for the second one, I'm going to multiply it by negative 4. Because again, we want to make x, the x term, equal to, or I'm sorry, we want to make, so here's what I'm basically saying. We're going to get negative 12x, and we're also going to have 12x. So the second one, to get to 12x, we have to multiply by 4. So I'm going to multiply the other side by 4. So I have negative 12x plus 6y minus 9z equals negative 3. And I have plus 12x plus 4y plus 8z equals 20. I want to make it, like I said, your goal is to eliminate the x. And when you have two numbers like this, you always want to do this method here to make sure you understand like what the common term is, so that way you're like, okay, well, to get to that common term, I just have to multiply, you know, both parts. But you have to make sure that they're one of them is positive and the other is negative, so that they cancel out. Okay. So we have negative 12x and 12x, that cancels out. 6y plus 4y is 10y, right? And negative 9z plus 8z is negative z. Negative 3 plus 20 is just 17, right? So now we have a systems of two equations. This is new equation 2. So basically we have this equation, oops. We have this equation, and we have this equation. Okay, so we're gonna grab those two together. Like I said, your goal is to make it to a systems of two equations. That's your goal, is to make it to a systems of two equations, and then you solve that systems of two equations, right? So we have negative 14y plus 19z equals 29. And then we have 10y minus z equals 17, right? Just to make sure I did it right. Okay. So now the last thing here is you're gonna eliminate one of the variables again, because this is elimination. You want to keep eliminating until you get one of the variables by itself, and that way you just solve for that variable. So here we have a 19z and a negative z, right? So what am I going to do? I'm going to go ahead and the easiest way to eliminate that 19z is by multiplying the second equation by 19, because that way my 19z and negative 19z will cancel out. So I'm going to do that. So I'm going to have negative 14y plus 19z equals 29. And then negative 19 times 10 is negative 190y plus 19z is equal to, and we're going to have, let's see here. It's going to be, so 19 times 17 is 323, right? Okay. So we're going to have negative 323 here, because negative 19 times 17 is just negative 323. The reason why it works like this, like I said, well, it is basically because, you know, it's like we did it the first time. If you're multiplying one side by a number, you're also multiplying the other side by that same number, okay? So negative 190 minus 14. So we have negative 204y. And actually, I made a mistake. I meant to do this by 19. My bad. So you're multiplying by 19z to get negative 19z. So it's going to be 190y. That's why you have to be careful, because you can make a really simple mistake. Minus 19z equals 19 times 17, we said was 323, right? So, hold on. 323. Right? So, here, obviously, negative 14 plus 190, we subtract that. We have 176y. And then we have 323 plus 29 is 352. So if we divide both sides by 176, so we have 352 over 176 is just 2. So if we do this, this cancels out. We get that y equals 2. Right? And then we already have a systems of two equations right here. So we can solve for z by plugging in that variable to one of these. I chose the second equation because that's the easiest one. So we have 10y minus z equals 17. So I'm going to say 10 times 2 minus z equals 17. I have 20 minus z equals 17. I subtract 20 on both sides. I get that negative z is equal to negative 3. I divide both sides by negative 1. I get that z equals 3, right? And now, all you have to do is just plug y and z in for one of the original equations. So we have z equals 3, y equals 2, and we want to solve for x. So I'm going to choose a second equation since it already has x by itself. I have x plus 3y minus 4z equals negative 7. And again, I have y equals 2 and z equals 3. So so then I'm just gonna say, so basically I have this and this, right? So then I'm just gonna say x plus 3 times 2 minus 4 times 3 equals negative 7. I'm gonna say x plus 6 minus 12 equals negative 7. 6 minus 12 is negative 6 equals negative 7. I add 6 to both sides. I get x equals negative 1. So my solutions are x equals negative 1, y is equal to 2, right? And z is equal to 3. Sometimes they'll tell you to put it like this. Other times they will tell you to do it as an ordered triple. So you know that an ordered pair obviously is x comma y, right? That's an ordered pair. Just a quick, vocabulary lesson. That's an ordered pair. An ordered triple just means that you're adding z to that coordinate. So ordered triple is x, y, z. So you're just going to put -1, 2, 3. And this, well, these two are your final answers. Depending on whether, if they say write it as an ordered triple, it would be this one. And if they just say solve for x, y, and z, it would be this one. I would always put both just in case. But that's how you solve this system of equations. So with that being said, guys, I know this video was kind of long. Like I said, these problems they take time, and I did want to go very slowly because, they take a lot of time and it takes time and patience, and you have to go slowly. So if anybody has any questions, please let me know. Please like, comment, and or subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys.